All right. What's going on, everybody? I'm back again, Husky, right here with my partner, Robert, a.k.a. Zion Don, and a.k.a. True Rob, too.
Facts. Out here. Your boy, different aliases.
Hey, sometimes you got to do those different aliases to evolve and, be settled exactly with your vision with music. I mean, real quick, why the change? We've always had Zion Don, but
so
it went from Touch, and now it's from True Rob. Why the sudden change?
So, like, the whole Touch alias came when I started DJing. Not started, like, came later, because obviously I had, like, a different alias at first.
Yeah.
And then It's Touch was supposed to be me with, like, my turntables and doing stuff like that. And I had, like, this whole way I was going to brand it. Like, I had, like, a logo and everything. I don't know if you remember, but I used to use that one emoji with drool, but I just changed the drool green.
Oh, all right, for sure.
Yeah, and I was going to use that, and then I kind of said, nah. No, because then I started producing as Zion Don, and, like, I just kind of like what I was starting to do with Zion Don, and I figured, like, why should I make another branding, like, another name type shit?
Okay, that makes sense. So
I was like, you know what? Let's just do everything DJ-wise Zion Don, because it just makes sense. Like, I don't know why I would split those two up. Like,
I got you.
In a way, they work synonymous. Like, I'd be using the turntable when I DJ. So, like, what the fuck? Why is it different from Zion Don?
Not true.
And plus, now, like, my routines are, like, EDM based now. So, like, it just all makes sense. Because before it was all hip hop, you feel me? Like, I was just doing hip hop routines, like just straight scratching to hip hop beats and whatnot. And that's where It's Touch pretty much started at.
All right,
touching on the vinyl. But nah, it's a little corny. So
I got you. But it's True Rob is more of the hip hop turntablism.
Actually,
beat making.
Yeah,
like hip hop
True
beats.
Rob is just if I want to post beats, because I don't want to post beats on my Zion Don page.
Like, you want to keep that distinct from Zion Don EDM stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
Yeah, because it's just weird having people come onto my Zion Don page and they see, like, hip hop when it's supposed to be EDM.
Or they might even see EDM where, like, they were even thinking about hip hop or some shit. Yeah.
And I did that. Like, I uploaded a video of me, like, scratching and stuff to my Zion Don page, and it was hip hop. And it got the views, like, my normal views counts, but, like, it just didn't make sense. I was like, why is this here?
Nah, I got you. Like, your followers are like, oh, he's just all of a sudden, like, okay, like, the turntable is alright. I didn't know that type shit.
Yeah,
like,
and that's literally all I posted. I was just like, nah, I just want to show y'all what's up. But yeah, so Zion Don is just EDM. But that's it.
All right, well, for sure. You heard it from Zion Don here. And again, this is Lose the Tempo. And this is where you get all these updates, all these announcements. And again, this is a place where we talk about all the trending topics in dance music and showcase upcoming platforms, music, and artists. Again, I just had to go with the update, I let other people know. People saw the difference, same person, but different social tags. We just had to clear that up real quick. But
Facts.
Shit, man. I mean, happy Valentine's Day, dude. Today's
true.
Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, my guy. Let's get this. We're some lonely ass motherfuckers here, so we're gonna celebrate with the shot.
Yeah, man, celebrating for fucking success, homie.
Hell yeah.
You already know, dude.
Let's just take this shot real quick.
Patron, dude. Fuck it. All right, you guys. Cheers. And again, happy Valentine's Day, Comment your crush, Also, for everyone that's hurting, I also got another release out as well called Toxic Love. So, if you got a toxic crush, you got a side bae that your main bae don't know about.
Scam likely.
Pretty likely. 11 out of 10 is probably likely. You guys, you can stream that out right now too, if you don't got sincere love, there's that toxic love.
Let's do it.
Robert,
lose the tempo.
Cheers, dude. Lose the tempo. Let's get it. Whew, chase it.
You right.
Whew, let us know what you guys' favorite tequila.
Right, Patron is cool.
Patron hits, dude.
Centenario is my shit though. I'm bean as fuck, so you already know. Yeah, so real quick, we just really wanted to do this podcast or this spotlight episode, whatever we're gonna call it, just to give everyone an update and let everyone know how we've been feeling with all these videos and uploads we've been doing, because we have had some pretty, like, dope people come through and some, like, fun times that you guys probably might not see on camera, but off camera, like, when the people come in, it's a little different atmosphere than you guys really see. You know?
And if you guys seen day one too, I mean, obviously one of the biggest visual differences that you see on camera too is a wall in the back. From our episode 0, with myself and Robert. I mean, obviously this wall back here was empty, but now ever since we've had guests come in, who've been able to come through, we've had their autograph on the back of the wall. This indicates, that the progress that we've done, and all these other special guests that, we've had over talking about, whatever relatable topics that pertains in the DJ music industry. And, it's always good to see this wall and like just seeing the progress and just see the support, for the most part from everyone, you guys interacting, subscribing to the channel and sharing the videos, letting your friends know and engaging. I mean,
we appreciate all of it.
Exactly. And again, like I was saying, this was empty and now it's getting fuller and fuller every weekend.
Hey, and we need to get homegirl Echo Theory and Segura back to put their names up here because we didn't have the. So what had happened? Why their names weren't up there is because we didn't have a silver marker. You feel me? We had a black Sharpie, but that shit wouldn't come out. So I was like, fuck. So we just had to wait until the silver.
I even think that I think it was maybe after. It was after them. We were like, okay, let's just start doing autographs.
Yeah,
I think.
I know we had the idea. I think it's just that day when we recorded, we just forgot, because it was one of our first videos we did, so it was kind of like all over the place.
Mark just say, we love you.
Hell yeah.
Like, we're gonna get to each autograph.
Real quick, I want to give like a special shout out to them, just because like personally they're like some of my closest friends in general. Well, at least Mark is, and Jasenia is getting there because. She's joining the family little by little.
You already know. Shout out Echo Theory and Jasenia as well.
Facts. And like they were literally, you guys could probably tell, but if you watch their videos compared to everyone else's videos, the editing is different, the volume on the audio is different. It's because they were our guinea pigs for this, like they let us, experiment these videos on them, and like I really appreciate them for that because when people first start doing things, everyone's real skeptical about it, like because some people just don't have faith in you right away. Like you're like they don't see numbers.
They just want to wait until like they see some shit popping to like fully like come out and endorse. I would say endorse,
exactly.
Endorse the support. They want to see some shit that they could. They just want to see that something's happening here.
Yeah,
and I get it to an extent. Like I get it to an extent.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
We gotta put our work in. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. We're putting in our work. Putting in our work.
Yeah. So like, shout out to y'all. Y'all are amazing. Like I said, we'll probably get you up here. We're gonna get like a gold ass marker or something, and y'all can put your name anywhere.
Now that we're talking, dude, I don't want to put you on blast, and I'll let you know too after this. Who's your favorite autograph on the wall?
My favorite?
Yeah.
Oh, you know who we are missing too? We're missing Perp as well.
Do we have Choli on here too? I don't think we have Choli. Right. Yeah, Choli.
Let me. Those are our first four. So it was Choli, it was Perp, it was Segura, and it was Echo. Well, it was Segura, Echo Theory. Then we had Choli, then we had Perp. So those were our first four, and those were really our like. Get our shit together, get everything.
Getting the workflow, like
exactly.
The way we do segments now, like that's all evolved from the first episodes. And again, shout out Choli, Perp.
We need to get y'all up here
from
too.
Echo Theory and Segura, aka Mark, aka one of our best friends since school. So
since high school. Dog.
Yeah, so I mean, it's again, we appreciate y'all, and again, we appreciate you guys tuning in for the videos, the episodes, following us on Instagram, engaging. That's what it's all about. So
back to your question, which one was my favorite? So I have two. I could personally say.
Okay, what two do you want? We could do two. What's your top two?
So my personal top two is definitely Perp. I know he's not up here, but Perp was definitely one of my favorites. Just because he's someone that like we met when we first started like really getting into the EDM world and stuff.
Yeah.
And like from where he's come from to what he does now, it's different. His personality is fucking awesome. Like he came in here. I'm just gonna put it out there. My boy came in here high as fuck. High
Dude,
as
this guy
fuck.
was mad chilling.
That's why he's wearing them glasses. And I think that's what made the atmosphere so fucking cool. Like he was so laid back. He was ready to talk about whatever the fuck he wanted to.
Like, everything he said it with certainty. Like no second guessing. He was just going ham with the assurance of like, yeah, and this is what I'm all about. I'm like, all right, yeah, this is Perp talking. This is personality, his character.
Perp. Like it wasn't even like his real name's Isaac, and I was like, that's not Isaac. That's Perp. This is Perp showed up. Isaac didn't come. Perp showed up to Lose the Tempo, and that's what it's all about. Like, all right, so him was probably one of my personal favorites.
Episodes that we did.
Yeah.
All right, for sure.
And then I'd have to say Monada is my second favorite, just because
I agree with you. Well, that's one of my two.
And this is why he showed up by himself. He didn't know us. Like, I didn't know him before this. Like, we just hit him up saying like, "Hey, bro, like, we fuck with your shit. Like, you want to come do Lose the Tempo?" He said, "I'm down." We gave him a date. He pulled through solo dolo, and he fucking was chilling, kicking it. We played some Smash. Like,
all right, yeah.
He was a dope ass person to just kick it with and shit, and that was fun. Learning about a new DJ and finding out like you guys have shit in common and whatnot.
Yeah, and that's one thing too that I feel like I had a lot in common in terms of like, you know, the way he did his music, his process. That's one out of my top two that I would say episodes, as well as with Monada, because every time we were talking about a topic, I feel like you know, I did a lot more of the listening in this episode too, more than I do talking, and I like to do more of the listening a lot of times because you know, I always like to hear other people's inputs, a lot of other people's insights on things, and whatever it is that we're talking about, whether their music style or the way they do things, releases, how they finish a track. I think the flow went really well, and I really enjoyed the vibes coming from Monada. I mean, he just seems like a overall cool dude. Yeah,
like, even if he wasn't like a producer DJ, like, he's someone that like I would feel like I'd definitely be able to just like kick it with and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Especially because he's an anime dude and like, you know, I'm all into that shit. So it just worked. And then I'm also a little biased on that too, because personally I feel like I edited that video, like his Guess the Tempo video. I really fucked with the editing on it, and for me I feel like the editing came out really dope on it. So that's also why I liked his.
Okay, I got you.
All right, so besides Monada, who's your other one?
Damn, dude. I mean, for sure, Monada. I really enjoy Monada's. You know, the other one that I really enjoyed too was Meltdowns. Like, honestly, I enjoy Meltdowns. You know, thing as well. I mean, I've never met him, honestly, but you know, just getting to know more of him. You know, like his process too, even before EDM. You know, he would DJ high school and stuff. You know, I just felt like I was able to relate with him before I got heavily seriously with dance music and Husky, and just that, you know, not a lot of people talk about those years of like starting off as a DJ, playing like other different shit like hip hop and stuff. You know, we're all just like talking about like when we started in dance music and EDM, and I think I really enjoyed that episode with Meltdown, just talking a bit more about like that side of like building up to like where you are now.
I think the craziest part of like the whole Meltdown interview and stuff or the spotlight, was that he's from up the street, legit from up the street.
And that's one thing too. Like I never met him, and I honestly, for some reason, I never realized he was nearby here. Like,
yeah, and
in this area.
Like, maybe this is like ego talking from me at least. So we DJ'd all in high school, right? Me, you, Segura. Like, we were DJs that ran house parties for our school at least, right?
Honestly, I want to say this is factual. I think me, you, and everyone else that was like with us DJing, like we covered serious ground in this area.
Yeah,
like,
in Moreno Valley, like, definitely.
Okay, honestly,
definitely.
Moreno Valley, Paris, Beaumont, San Bernardino, like Rialto, like we covered like a lot of areas, and and again, I agree with you when it's like ego, like damn, like you live in Mobile, I would have known like you're doing some shit,
right? But then it's like also like he went to Rancho, right? So Rancho is like a different school. It's up the street from us, right? But like it's totally different than where we lived at, you know, like. And the fact that he was a DJ, did the exact same shit we did, like, it's cool to know that where people start off from is not far off from where we started off from, you know?
Yeah, almost like, identical in the beginning.
And do you think it's the atmosphere of where we live at, though? Why? Like, so obviously, like, for me, you, and then same thing with Meltdown. We started hip-hop, right? Ratchet hip-hop. Mm-hmm. But do you think it's because we're IE? Like, we're from the IE type shit, and that's all we knew growing up? But then once we graduated and realized, like, we could do our own shit is when we got into EDM, you know?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of factors because, like, you know, when we started back then, again, I was always passionate about EDM. Like, whenever I was able to play EDM, I would do it. But a lot of times when I would play, I was getting paid for whatever the fuck they would want me to play.
Yeah, out here.
And then again, that's a factor. Shit, that's a factor we need to like factor in. Whether in location is all you know, subjective. You know, whether if you live in this area, you might be asked to play more of this stuff. here in Inland Empire, specifically Marina Valley,
Definitely.
growing up when I was
Ratchet
like a
shit.
teenager, it was all again hip hop,
E40,
ratchet,
all that
twerking,
shit,
swinging. I mean, all
Oh,
the real
shit.
ones,
Hey,
swinging.
Hey, who remember that swinging party? If you from Mobile,
Oh,
you already
dude.
know. You already know. We low key showing our age, but
Hey, class of 2014 right here, homies.
that's right.
Homies, what's
up?
good? No, but yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, location plays a big part, but again, I just don't know, man. That's just one of those people that just slipped.
That escaped. You know what though?
Not that we were actively looking for people,
Nah.
but it was just kind of like, you know, on a flyer or something. We would have probably had been like, hey, dude.
And
like,
the thing is, like,
we've
we
heard
knew
of him.
homies at Rancho that actually DJ too, you know. So it was
Yeah,
like,
a lot. Yeah.
so
Yeah,
it's-
yeah, true. Yeah.
so I was like, damn, like,
Casper, Fame, all
y'all, dog,
all y'all,
dude.
dude.
Dude, there was a slew of DJs that we've met. Like, it's crazy.
I felt there's not that many DJs anymore in this
Now,
area.
you think
In this area. Or maybe we're just out of reach of that social.
Yeah, you know what? I think too though, like if you really think about it, we're really not in that just DJ demographic. We're more in producer DJ demographic.
Right,
you know?
I got you.
So we're not actively looking for people that just mix. type
So you're
shit.
thinking it was just us as a batch that was like, you thinking every other like years that passed by in this area, like we were the ones that were like just actively like doing more of the parties because we were just like always down to be like, yeah, we're the DJs, like hit us up, blah blah blah, like
Yeah, because that's what we want. That's what we always wanted to do.
Yeah,
you
hell
know?
yeah,
Like
dude,
every,
yeah.
like when we're done with school or some shit, I wanted to
Hey, what's
DJ.
what's going on Friday night? Can I drop a set? Like fuck
Facts.
it, like I'm just
Even
trying to
though
come
like
through.
we played sports type shit, like DJing was still like, I want to get done with my sport. Like as much as I love playing sports type shit, as soon as I was done with all that bullshit, I was music. Dog.
Hey, I want
Like,
to talk about soccer real quick. I'm not gonna lie, like I just want to apologize to soccer because I know
Quit
when
on us,
I know
dog.
when I started DJing, like you know, this early Saturday morning, 8:00 a.m. games. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just sleep in because I just came back from DJing 5 a.m. Like I just got money. Soccer's not paying me. Like
You right?
I
You
think,
right?
I think I'm gonna just stay in. Nah, but like I could tell like DJing was just like a big factor in me like growing up, and I could tell like a lot of the other things that I was involved in was just going down, and everything was just going more like towards DJing and shit, dude. I mean, honestly, I don't know where I would have been if it wasn't for like I don't know what I would be doing right now if it
More
wasn't for
DJing?
like if it wasn't for EDM. Shit,
Not- that's a factual.
it is actually factual because what I mean.
Think about it, like,
I don't
and
know.
not even in a DJ aspect. Think about it as just like a person aspect. You know how many people like find themselves in EDM music?
lot.
A lot of people that it's because EDM music makes you feel like just okay. You know, you can be whatever the fuck because EDM music is literally what the fuck type
Right?
shit.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, just imagine that. Imagine how many people found EDM music and realized, oh, I'm cool. Like I'm all right with.
When you say EDM
life,
music,
you know?
it sounds weird.
Oh. You know what? I do that shit a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I do that shit a lot.
But you know
I say
what?
music
I'm
twice.
glad you said it because a lot of you say that.
Yeah,
Like,
nah.
oh, I listen to EDM music. All right, you said. I just want you to know. You said electronic dance music. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
Nah,
I don't know.
Yeah, you caught
I'm
me
just trying to
slipping.
save you. I'm trying to save your image. You feel me?
Comment below what the fuck.
Comment below what you guys think EDM stands for. It stands for electronic dance music, but I just want, maybe you guys didn't know that, but
You know, it just rolls off the.
no,
fucking
it does.
tongue,
I feel
you know?
it. I will see tweets. I'll see videos like, oh yeah, I fucking love EDM music. And it's like, all right, bet.
True.
Hey, but honestly, again, everyone that's tuned in, and appreciate the support. Appreciate you guys liking the videos, sharing it to your friends and family, commenting on the videos. Also, too, I'm glad you guys, are liking the new segments that we're doing with the spotlight. We started doing the quick hits and the EDM confessions, and a lot of you guys are wondering, oh well, you guys kind of just do it on the spot. I mean, want to know a little bit more about like what's quick hits and what's EDM confessions? Cause I know we debuted it with it was Manada where we first debuted the EDM confessions and quick hits, and it was just kind of like off the bat, out of nowhere type of shit. So we kind of just want to talk about that a little bit more. I'll cover quick hits and then I'll also cover EDM confessions. And if Robert wants to, just cut me off and add into it, we'll hit that. But yeah, quick hits is essentially just a questionnaire for the guests that we have, just kind of giving them like questions as to like maybe what their DJ name is, when they started, and it's just a little bit more of a segment that kind of opens up the artists for the viewers to kind of get to know them more like on that personal level. One of the questions says, what's one of their dream festivals? Whether if it's to play that dream festival or to attend it. It's just an idea of like, what are they thinking. But that's typically quick hits. Quick hits is just something that we also time them as they're answering questions. So. They're thinking about their answer. They have to answer it, as quick as possible to hold the speed record. And we still gotta look through the speed records and see who has the title.
So far, it's Manada that's gotten it the quickest.
Congratulations, Manada. Yeah. You're holding the record.
So yeah, that segment, like we figured we should do it because we literally asked before Manada had came on and we had the guest on. We were asking them like literally the same for the most part, most of the same questions. And like sometimes that could get really redundant and sometimes stale. Like it, sometimes it drags on a little longer than it should.
And sometimes it is the same stuff that the other person before might have said. So it's just dragging on.
So like we figured that like it just made sense to put it in a segment, to put it in a time trial, just so it's more entertaining for like y'all to watch. Because like for me, it's important for the listeners to stay engaged, to really like want to keep watching, because I'm podcast based. That's all I really do. Like if I'm not making music and stuff, like I'm always listening to podcasts or like videos and stuff like that. And it sucks when they have guests and the same questions come up and basically like they're explaining the same thing over and over and over. And I'm just like, you could get that shit done quick.
Right.
Like, you could just get the easy stuff. And
yeah.
then it's also fun too, because then it gives you like a minute, 2 minutes to really just find out about the artist. And then you're like, and say you don't like the artist, that's your opportunity right there after those first 5-10 minutes of the video to really decide if you want to keep watching type shit.
Yeah, you can watch the clips that we got, which is in our clips playlist. We got how to sneak into a festival.
Hey, shout out to everyone that be giving wild stories, dog. Like
low key.
Hey, low key. Sooner or later, we're gonna have a Patreon up or OnlyFans up, giving out some shit because we don't. Should I let them in on this?
Dude, on our OnlyFans, we're about to start undressing these audio files. You feel me? We're about to start undressing these audio files and get down to the actual secrets. To the truth.
I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret. Hopefully, like all the artists we've had don't really come at me for this. But I start recording as soon as they come into this room. So as soon as they start talking, whatever they start saying, I have that shit recorded.
No, I ain't safe.
So like, if you want to check out that content, it'll definitely be behind a paywall because, if you want to see what the fuck is really up,
Right. And for those who are just tuning in right now as well, Robert is the one that's, producer and is a video editor for everything as well. So for those of you guys are digging the edit game on our videos, all those tight little effects that you guys see in our videos, the pictures that we add on whenever they're name dropping a particular event or the music in the background. That's all Robert. Doing the recording for the audio. I take care of the visual side of things, but Robert's the one that actually doing post-production, going into Premiere, editing the audio. So all that stuff, all that work is all Robert. So again, fucking big shout out to Robert, helping out with the video editing and everything, helps me out, produce the segments as well. A lot of the, Quick Hits was one thing that Quick Hits and EDM Confessions is the ones that we've done to kind of add on to the spotlight, and we hope to keep on doing more of that on our spotlights as well. So
we'll definitely be adding more segments to the spotlight just so that it's different from like I get it, everyone could do a podcast, like it's not hard to just do a podcast, but for us we want to do a podcast and be different, because if you're not different, then what the fuck? Like I don't understand.
Right, you're just part of you're just in that pool of that, like,
exactly. So like we eventually my idea is the spotlight will just go into segment to segment, but it's going to be fluidity all throughout of it,
Mm-hmm.
So like eventually it's going to get like that, but we're just starting. And let me just talk about our progress real quick. Like honestly, from when we first started to now, it's been a crazy like journey with followers, with getting our work ethic down, getting people in, getting people out, like.
And also the awareness, like even when we would just meet up with other people, like just go out and do our thing. Like even people would just go up to us, like I don't know where we won't even start the conversation. Just come up to me like, hey, dude, I saw the. Like or they'll be like, oh, like I've been watching this Lucid Temple guys, like they're sick, and it's like, oh, like this we're the Lucid Temple people, and they're like, oh shit, really?
So like
you're the one doing it, and it's like I was like, damn, that's crazy, because we started actually releasing videos 4 months ago, like August, September, somewhere around there, but you know, just the amount of support and everyone reaching out to us saying that they like the videos, the guests that we get in, what we talk about, you know, it's helpful for them, helpful insight, whether if it's just a listener, a DJ, anyone in the industry. I mean, it's just, it's been, I mean, honestly, you know, I'm really grateful for it.
Honestly, same. Like, I think that word is the best word to use, grateful, because, like, I would never expect so many people just to be into this, just, you know, because, like, obviously, like, it's something we're into, right? But I don't ever, like, for me, I don't ever expect anyone else to be into the shit I'm into, just because, like, I think I'm a weirdo. So it's like, I don't expect other people to be weirdos.
But there's a community of weirdos out there that just trying to feel connected with a lot of people. Yeah,
I respect y'all so much. Y'all are amazing. And this is another, like, super important, because without y'all, basically, this shit wouldn't be, like, able to move. All the people's music that we've used in our videos, like, special shout out to you. You guys are the talented ones. You guys are the amazing ones that keep Lose the Tempo really flowing, you know? So, like, without y'all, it's...
Yeah, without y'all, I mean, I don't know how we would hold the guests. Yeah, exactly. Because with Guest at Tempo, a lot of the tracks that we use is not a lot of our shit. Because we try to, you know, use that time and opportunity to
highlight the underground.
You know, yeah, again, the underground, you know, tunes that we think are dope and artists that are pushing out sick ass stuff. You know, we use that time. So, like, imagine if you guys were not creating. Like, we would actually
we'd be fucked.
I mean, look, we make music for ourselves, but then just to add on, just to tackle on, like, create time to make music just for another, like, our platform. It's just it's time. It's just time consuming.
You know how much music we go through in a month? So we do 6 songs, right, per episode. And there's 4 weeks in a month typically?
Right, yeah.
So 6 times 4, that's 24 tracks in 1 month. Imagine producing 24 tracks for 1 month. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, you guys are the best, dude. Like, you know, the underground, whoever's creating, you know, don't worry about your following, dude. If you're making sick music and you got like 28, 100, like, if you're not, I'll tell you this too. If labels are telling you that it's not their shit, honestly, it might be true. It's not their shit, but don't let it think that it's not what you should be creating. You know, what you should be creating, if it feels right, you like what you're hearing, there's gonna be a community, big or small, that supports what you're doing. As long as as long as you're satisfied with it. Like, as an artist, that's one thing. You're satisfied with it, and you're gonna have an audience. You just gotta, you know, obviously do your thing, promote, push it, and the community will come. But again, just be wary of labels, you know, trying to dictate how you should make music in EDM or whatever, you know, just keep that in mind.
And specifically how you said, like, it's what you feel, because you got to understand, music is a feeling. Like, it's not something that you just get onto a computer or you just get to a studio and, like, you just start plugging shit in and it works, you know. There's no formula to this. It's literally a feeling. Good music is based off of feeling, you know. Like, I wouldn't be able to produce if I didn't have, like, real life feelings flowing through me at all times, especially when I'm producing.
Yeah, it just wouldn't hit
and it doesn't. And
yeah.
You could tell there's people out here that produce because they want to get on. They don't produce because they like to feel the music. They're like, no, like, this is gonna give me attention, so I'm gonna do it. And, like, and this is for me personally. I get that with I see that with a lot of people that get into, like, and I could be wrong too, but this is just my feeling and my point of view. People that get into dubstep and rhythm, a lot of them are like, I get it, like, the whole, like, aesthetic, like, you look cool, dog. Like, no if, ands, or but. You're wearing all black, cool logo. You're fucking dope, dog. Like, I get it, but, like, your music still has to mean something, because, like, look outside of EDM, these people. I mean, I guess you could call some rappers in that same category to make money. But for the most part, music artists, dog, they're artists because they put their feelings in their music. And I think that's what what you should be focused on more is the feeling in your music. How do you want people to feel when you're making your music?
And honestly, you could see that reflection on those particular artists' audiences too. Like,
Facts.
you could see that reflection. I mean, you could tell whether someone's like really they're an audience of their music, or if they're an audience of like whatever they portray themselves on social media.
Yeah,
you could tell that like there's support going on, but it's like, all right, what are we supporting here? You know, and just. Again, like there's a lot of artists out there that are in it for the fame.
For the
I
luck,
get it.
For the luck.
I get it, and I get it. But there's artists out there, a lot of you guys, doing it because you guys love the music, and
That's what it's about.
And again, there's no shows happening right now, and obviously the artists that were doing a lot of shows, in parentheses, they're not making music right now.
Facts.
And here's the thing. Why aren't they making music? I just think about that. Why aren't they making music? All right, there's no shows happening. Why aren't they making music? Where'd the passion go? Where'd the passion go? What is it that the shows provided for them that right now making music is not providing for them? So something to think about. What again? What are you looking for out of this? Like,
especially because right now, especially in a pandemic, this is a time where people need music, and especially if you're a music artist and you're not putting out music, I get it. It's hard to promote your music in this pandemic, but there's people out there that look to you because your music helps them, and if you just stop that out of nowhere because this pandemic is, you're not able to tour your music, like what the fuck? Come on, like. It's more than just you. You feel me? Like at a certain point, your music helps more than just you. So like,
it can help. Yeah, it can help way more than just you. Honestly, like
facts.
just off an artist's name, not only could just help one person, it can help out a department of people, of creatives.
Facts.
A department of creatives.
I mean, that's what pretty much the artists that we get. They help us, like
right, yeah.
It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, I feel you, dude. And again, you guys just gotta just stick to what you guys like making. Again, those trends are gonna happen. Just know that trends are gonna happen, and try not to succumb into the pressures of doing. You could do it, like take advantage. I'll say take advantage, but don't sacrifice your overall style for a trend.
Facts.
Don't sacrifice your overall style for a trend, but take advantage of a trend and know when to do so. And that's another podcast as to examples, but I just want to, because there's artists that go from this type of genre, and then there's a genre that's trending, and they just like completely go invested into that, and the next thing you know, that trend's not happening, and they just get pumped and dumped, whether if it's from their management or they're just not feeling it about themselves. So, you got to create something that's valuable in your music, and whether if it's style, whether if it's a feeling that you can evoke from people that not a lot of other people can get it from, just figure that out for yourself as an artist. I think that's just very important to touch on.
It is. It's super important, and understand this: like what you produce, what you start producing, and what you like producing. When you start producing your first 2-3 years, possibly that might not be the wave. But if you wait it out long enough, your music will be the wave. You feel me? Like that, and that's how a lot of people catch. Like, if you notice, especially with EDM artists, these EDM artists work for so long. And I'm gonna put this in terms of like a Barely Alive.
Got you.
Barely Alive has been producing music his same style. His style has really not really switched up, except like maybe his intros, like the way like. He'll like get into like different styles of dance music, but when it comes to his style, it's always the same. It's always been Barely Alive type shit, And
you can tell when it's Barely Alive, yeah.
And when he first started, I could tell you right now, he didn't have that audience. Like that's not what was in. That wasn't his shit. Like I started listening to him. I want to say like 2013, maybe 2014, maybe a little earlier, but like fluidly, and he wasn't Barely Alive. He wasn't what everyone thought he is now, but he was still making that music.
I started getting excited seeing his name on tracks around that year, like 2013, because at that point I was like, all right, yeah, this feels like whatever he's been releasing so far, it's like shit that I'll tune in for.
That wasn't the wave back then either.
Nah.
And he was still making it. Like when Dirty Dutch music was the shit, bro was making fucking dirty fucking
like you had to be picky for that type of taste.
Facts, and he just stuck to it. And the people that liked it stayed with him throughout his whole journey. And then what happened? The pendulum swung right back to what he was producing. you know? So like, just understand what you're producing now. It might not be it. You like it though, so just keep doing it, keep evolving it, keep your style, and the pendulum will swing back to you. Like that's just how this shit works. Like you gotta understand it. It takes time, dog. Like that's what it is.
Again, don't get discouraged, and everyone's journey is different. You might have a best friend, you might have a homegirl, or a person that you know that are doing the same thing that you're doing, might be getting more opportunities. They're getting shit done way more quicker than you, getting more followers, and again, just don't worry about their particular process, their particular growth. Support them, but just worry about your own. Figure out exactly what it is that you need to do more of, or just figure out more of your process, your routine, and just understand that not getting discouraged doesn't it happens. I understand that, because you see other people, they're getting the opportunities and everything, but again, everyone, we're all on our own path. Again, like personally, I wish I could have started producing since I started DJing, and that was back in 2010. I seriously took it. I seriously did it like 2015, 2016. But again, it's just like I accept the fact that this is just my road,
Everybody has their own path.
This is just my road. There might be another person doing the exact same thing that I'm doing, like exact same thing. Maybe they have their own platform. They have, they're doing the releases the same thing as I'm doing it, but they're doing it, maybe they're reaping the rewards way quicker than I am, or it's just holding out for them way longer. And that's just part of each and everyone's process. It's different. But don't let it discourage you. Let it motivate you. At the end of the day, let it motivate you. I don't want to use the word discourage anymore. Just let it motivate you when you see other people get the opportunities.
And let me because everyone's thinking this, and let me reassure you guys, this is hard. Like, this isn't easy what you guys would think. Like, you don't just make music and put it out. This is a job. You put hours into it, you clock in and out. And that's how you got to look at this, because... And this is how I look at everything I do when it comes to Lose the Tempo and making music. If I'm doing something that concerns Lose the Tempo or music and someone hits me up, I tell them I'm at work, because at the end of the day, I'm working,
Mm-hmm.
Like, and if I don't take it that way, then no one else is going to take it that way, and it's just not going to get done.
Yeah, dude, I feel the same way. Like, an example, like I'll be in here, and this is our studio that we do all of our work for Lose the Tempo. Like, people will call me, a lot of times I won't even look at my phone. I'll just be on my laptop, just like, either setting up, or we're just talking about like other ideas that we could be doing.
Facts.
Like, calls I'll get as we're recording, it goes over. Like I'm busy. Like,
yeah.
Like I won't even text people back, like, from my phone until I leave this house. Like, hey, dude, my bad, I was busy, type shit. So
yeah, because
you guys you guys should have that mentality when you start. Especially for those that are trying to do something like this, like even, or just music, just whatever it is that you guys are involved, just have the mentality that,
you're clocking in and out.
It may have started as a hobby, but if you see things could be potential, like, just switch that mentality from hobbyist to like actually, making a plan, setting goals, and know what kind of actions to make, so that way you create results that you want to see.
And know, like, those results that you, or the planning that you had set aside, the time you set aside for your music, it might not even fall through, like, and it's a process of learning what works and what doesn't work, because, dog, we've been doing this so long that, like, it's funny and it's interesting to hear people start and, like, them saying things that we've said when we first started and thinking like this is gonna work, and then you're just like, damn, like we don't
like, sometimes it sounds good on paper, but when you actually like do it, you see the results. Like, we actually figure out, like, the results. Yeah. So I mean, just doing things. If you guys have an idea, just don't sit on it too long, because it may not just never happen. Just figure out what happens. Do it. Set a plan, set a course of action, and again, study the results.
Learn from your mistakes as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get back to more Lose the Tempo shit,
Speaking on updates, before we close this episode, I want to let you guys know too, we did make a move as well on SoundCloud. Want to let you guys know too. So if you guys just like to hear it from, your earphones, don't really like to watch the video. I mean, and also, but if you guys do, if you guys are on SoundCloud listening to this, you guys do want to see the video, I'll leave the link on the description as well. We're on YouTube. Remember that, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. All you gotta do is type in "Lose the Tempo," and we're the first one that pops up. Exactly. No one's got our fucking name. Like nobody. That's us. Shit. That is us. Facts. All right, so let's get into EDM confessions, because I want to know your feedback and your thoughts with all the people that we've gotten on here and their reactions to it. Like, how do you think it goes when you have these people and you're asking them these questions? What's your favorite part about it, actually? Your favorite part about EDM confessions? I think it's the answers. I mean, I think the questions really bring out an interesting side of people. Like, if they were to be put in these positions, because a lot of these questions like actually puts our guests in particular scenarios. Like, one of the questions, like for an example, is like, all right, you're at a party and you get the aux. What's the first song you're playing? Like, we get to actually see like some of those interesting answers that put our guests in scenarios. And I feel like a lot of these answers we could learn, like their style or like the way they would approach particular scenarios. Yeah, I think the answers are really one of my favorites. I can't really tell you my favorite EDM confessions, because I feel like it's just kind of average on like on the answers we get. They're all interesting, but I think it's just always the idea of that, they're just letting us in on like what they would have done on these particular questions. It's cool to know. It's interesting. I don't know. Confessions, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think my favorite question out of EDM confessions is, what track have you cried to? Oh, is it? That's my favorite track, because that shows like the people that are answering. It's a vulnerable answer, like. Oh yeah, that's one of my questions. I like that question too, because it shows that vulnerability. Mm-hmm. And then it's like when some of these people say the songs, I'm just like, yes, like I understand. Like, as soon as they answer that question and I know the song and I know like why they say that answer, I feel a connection. I'm just like, yes. Like every time someone answers with anything Porter Robinson, I'm just like, oh, true. I'm like, yeah, you know what's up. Like, you have feelings. That's how I see it. Like, you really have feelings. Oh, damn. It'll be a dubstep rhythm ass food too. Comes in maybe as a guest, and they'll be like, "Yeah, Lullabies, Adventure Club." Like, damn, true, fam. You got feelings, true. Nah, yeah, you're right, dude. That's one of the questions that I like too. Like, just seeing the vulnerability when it comes to what kind of track they would cry to. Yeah. I know you guys have heard me in the other episodes too. One of them is Lullabies. The other one, I forgot what was the other one, but yeah. That's a question that I like. One of my other questions that I like too is the lineup one. Because I like it because it puts the guests in a situation where like they're in charge of a festival. Now they got to figure out who they think would be, who they would think would throw a good show, and that just lets me in on more of like, okay, like this is the kind of show that they would like to go see. Like first on the other side of things too, like this is something that they would fucking curate, not just for like a sick show for others, but for themselves too. So it's a little bit more of like on the inside of like, oh, okay, this is the people they're fucking with so far right now. Like, yeah. But there's a lot more. And so what we're gonna eventually do with these EDM confessions is we're gonna get our own personalized cards, and our next step with the EDM confessions is every artist that we've had come through, they're gonna have their own card. They're going to have an EDM confessions card, and it's going to have any question they want to put up. So, like, the card they get... Oh, they'll be on here? Like, on actual here? Or you mean like, we're going to get our own customized... We're going to customize cards for EDM confessions. If you guys want to donate to our Kickstarter, too, make that an actual card game, we'll let y'all know pretty soon, too. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? So, what's going to happen is... so, say this is their card. On this side, it'll say EDM confession. On the other side... will have their logo, and then it'll have their question, and it's whatever question they want to have. And it's really just so like we could keep them a part of the Lose the Tempo family, because like I said, we really appreciate all these people that come down and kick it with us. And it's not like it's not like we just do a video and like, all right, we out, like peace. This is why we get you guys autographs, the guests that we have. We do the autographs because even though when you do leave, you still have a piece hanging around with us here every time we do an episode. So every time we get a new guest, obviously you guys' autograph is always on here. And then with the added segment of EDM confessions, or we're gonna be DMing all of our past guests and letting know all of our new guests too that they'll be a part of that segment, having their own question, having their own card.
And I think it's cool. Like eventually, like it's gonna be questions that what EDM artists want to know. It's not gonna just be what we want to know at that point. So I'm really excited to get that going. So if you're a DJ and I haven't reached out to you yet about these cards, and you're watching this, go ahead and DM us already.
Yeah, dude. Again, we want to appreciate you guys' support on everything, on the videos, sharing the videos to your friends and family, liking the video, subscribing. We want to keep doing all this content for you. We're going to continue doing it. We're going to let you guys know on any more updates in terms of any added segments on our spotlights, maybe even have some more bigger artists coming through our platforms in the near future. That'll be really exciting to have, because I know a lot of it's more local based. Friends, a lot of us that but we're gonna get to a point where by opportunity and hard work, we'll definitely have a lot more guests that you guys would probably like to see more, that are a bit more out there. So we're working towards it.
I want to manifest something real quick. I want to put something out there. Hey, Papi Gordo, we need you right here.
Carnage, homie. Hey, I'm going to need you here, homie. I need to talk to you, dog.
We need some answers, dog.
I want to apologize.
Nah, we fucks with you,
you
dog.
Got the major label power. I'm sorry, dude. He's got the major label power. Fuck, I fucked up, dude. I just fucking shit.
Nah, yeah, we need to get you here, dog. Nah, it's just something I wanted to throw out there real quick.
Dude, I won't doubt it, dude. Me and it's gonna be a journey, dude. And that's the thing too. I want you guys to know, whatever you guys are in it, don't think this shit happens overnight.
Fuck.
And sometimes overnight, a lot of times what you guys might think is overnight is realistically maybe 3 to 5 years. Maybe sometimes it's 5 to 10 years.
And based off of what we started to our view count now, obviously it's not a significant number. But it is a significant increase from when we first started to what we're getting now. It's obviously a 40-50% increase since we've started. And that's pretty good. It would have sucked if we did this and we saw no not monetary gain, no, just nothing, and it would be kind of discouraging. I wouldn't say we would ever stop, because we were just gonna continue doing this either way. But just knowing people enjoy it is fucking dope.
Yeah, and again, just to touch on that too, Robert, the power that you guys possess when you guys just tune in to our videos, and subscribe, just know that those are forms of support and motivation for us to keep on trying to figure out what we can do best for y'all. Even if it's in disguise, it's not really up front when you guys click in. We see that as support, and that fuels us to do a lot more better. And we're in that mindset. And if there's anything that you guys want to see more in Lucid Temple, any suggestions, any segments that you guys think we could do, did you guys might want to see in action, let us know in the comments. Any artists, producers that are watching this that want to have their music featured in any of our Guess That Tempo episodes, we do have a submission link on our video descriptions now. So again, hit that link, send us some music. We want to feature some of your stuff. If we dig it, I'm gonna say it straight up, music genre wise, we're big fans of bass music and house music. We'll still accept any subgenre, but I just want to let you know we do have a particular a taste. We do have a taste. This is Tempo. Again, I'm gonna be honest. I'm more of a bass music type of person. If it comes to house, I'm more of a bass house type of person. But I don't want, because again, music can come in any forms when it's good music, and if it's a techno song that I really dig, or if it's a hardstyle song, and I want to say those are more of the genres that I don't listen to as much. Also, take a listen if it's good. Again, we'll feature it on our video. But again, I just want to put it out there. We're specifically we like bass music. We like bass music.
House is cool. Bass house.
If it's house, if it's house, I like bass house. But again, I don't want any house producers or any other producers of any other genre to be discouraged. Send us shit. And that's how the world works. Sometimes you'll send something to a label, or you send it to somebody and they may not like that particular song, but just keep on sending it, because one song might click and you might get a bunch of other opportunities. So like, again, don't think that person hates you because they say no to, or they reject your song for a submission or for a label entry. Just keep on sending them stuff, because again, music is subjective and a lot of people are picky, and I'm that picky person where, and again, other artists, I'll tell you too, they've had labels reject them and they'll come in the future with another track and they'll accept them. And, you know, it's all good, you know, because a lot of times there's tracks that just don't click with that particular curator, that particular submission. And don't get discouraged. Just keep on working, keep on submitting, and just know that it's nothing really personal a lot of times. It's just... It's personal, but it's not personal. It's personal in the sense of, like, it's subjective, what they want to hear. But it's not personal to where, like, oh, they hate you because they don't want to submit it. It's just, it's not clicking with them. So
yeah, that's it.
You know, just don't get discouraged. Keep on submitting to that same person that rejects you. And that's if you really want to be on their label, platform, whatever. But just want to let that out there.
And like, before we got into that, how we were saying about the people with likes and stuff, I want to give just a couple shout outs to people that I know consistently, like, tap on our shit, like our shit, watch our videos, just because they're a reoccurring name that pops up on our socials and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, like, I want to give Primal Productions a big shout out, because I know every time we drop something, every time we post something, they watch it, they like it.
Yeah. Shout out Primal. I think they actually recently did a drive-in out in Tampa. I could be wrong. I think it was Tampa, but I know they're doing some sick ass stuff out there over in the Florida area. So and I always see them always popping up too. We monitor shit, you know what I'm saying? So we want to give you guys
shit. Too much shit.
We may not tell y'all, but you know, we monitoring that shit on the low.
And like, even other like podcasts or other platforms that do something sort of like in this wheelhouse, like, we're checking y'all out, like, we're seeing what's up, because like, think about it like this. There's not many platforms that do what we do that are really big. There's obviously these big record labels, right? So there's like Never Say Die, Dim Mac, along those lines. Mm-hmm. And those are just record labels, right? And they release dope-ass music. But we're different. Like, we're EDM-based community. And I think I want to encourage more people to do this, because if there's more people doing this, that's just more people searching up shit that could relate to us as well. So, like, another shout out I want to give to, and I don't even know if they know of us per se, but I definitely know of them, and I like respect what they do, because they're trying to do, they're trying to put on the EDM too, and I believe they go by Rhythm Squad, and they do like this thing called Rhythm Talks. And I fuck with that. That's really dope. Oh, for sure. Or I think it's Rhythm Talks. Is it Rhythm Talks? Something Talks. Or Squad Talks. There you go. My bad.
Squad Talks.
Squad Talks. Right. Yeah. So they're Rhythm Squad, but they call it Squad Talks. They have merch. Check their merch out. We're always, and
right on.
I think if more people have platforms like this, imagine like all of us cross fan bases coming all around. Like, that's how it works. I don't know if you guys really understand.
And I want you guys to understand something too. And honestly, I know for sure Robert can agree with this. This is our shit. We're not a subsidiary of another company. I feel like a lot of other people that want to get into this, I feel like they wait for someone with like either the budget, the power, the influence to like bring them on board with their idea. But we didn't wait around for the credibility. We didn't wait around for, that validation of like, oh yeah, you guys can start doing this shit. We just started doing it.
We didn't even wait for equipment, dog. We got what the fuck we got and started.
So I want you guys to know that we're not corporate. Like, this is us, right? This is just Robert and I. And again, honestly, I want to say that's a big achievement, because a lot of times people wait around to start an idea when they got like support from like maybe some other credible thing, like, and I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of thinking when it comes to like actually coming out, doing your own thing as a business, or doing it as like a platform that's just controlled by just us. Because when you get
two people,
yeah, it's just us. Like, it's just crazy. Us. Like, it's just Robert and I. Like,
and we have other things we do. We have full-time jobs, and then we have fucking music that we want to produce, and then we're doing this on top of
like, for those who don't know, like, I also, for those who don't know, Robert here, aka Zion Don, who's a music producer, and aka True Rob, which is a different producing alias. It's strictly for like more beats or hip hop or anything in that category. Like we're doing other shit, so it's not just Lose the Tempo, and that's why I feel like we were more secure to do this, because we're doing shit in our other stuff, and like we were able to sacrifice the spare time to use this platform, not just for ourselves, it's for other artists too. And it's our shit.
Yeah, and then
which I'm proud of.
Facts. That's super proud. And sometimes like it gets to me when people say they don't have time to do shit, they don't have time to produce, or like they say like like there's for some reason there's a perception that the producers that make it just had time to produce. Like that's all they had time. Like they were just sitting down and only producing. They didn't work. They just produced. But in reality, that's not the case. Every producer has a fucking 9 to 5. Most producers have 9 to 5 jobs that they have to work for their income, to come home, to have a roof over the head, and then they still find time to produce. Like if you can't say that, if you say that, oh, I don't have time to produce because my job was just a long day, like at that point,
I hear that excuse a lot, dude.
Excuse.
A lot.
Or saying something like I don't have this, or I don't have that. Like you don't have that because you don't want it, and that's point blank period. Like whatever you want, you're gonna get, and that's how I could definitely say for Husky, everything he wants he gets because he wants it. Like anything, I can't imagine anything that he didn't want, that he hasn't strived for, and he hasn't, I want to say, hasn't gotten. Like it's just because we put in the work and we want this shit, We just want to figure out what the results are, and that's the end of trying. Just knowing what the results are. Don't live with that. Don't live with that feeling of like, oh, what could have been. Live with the feeling of like what it was, and living with the results. As LeBron James once said, it's not about making the shot. It's about living with the results, and that's what he thinks about when he makes those final shots and those really serious moments of winning a game. It's about living with the results, and that's why it's just doing it, learning from your mistakes, and again, I'm just really excited for what Lose the Tempo is going to be doing for the next couple of years. All right, so we ain't leaving. Fuck. We ain't fucking leaving. No. We ain't fucking leaving, dude. True. But shit, man. I mean, fuck. I think we did a lot of updates, a lot of announcements. And again, you guys, we appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Anything that you guys want us to talk about a bit more, let us know in the comments. We look at everything, so whatever you guys want to let us know about in the comments, YouTube comments, like, share, let everybody know.
Fucking IG, Twitter, Facebook.
Oh yeah. Follow us on we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. Facebook. Like our page on Facebook if that still fucking matters. Maybe for the 35+-year-olds, but. True. But shit. Again, you guys, we're gonna keep doing more of these episodes. Keep on having guests. Keep on having submissions for our guests at Tempo.
Hey, and if whatever guest you want on here, spam their shit and tell them you want them on Lose the Tempo, or just go to an artist page and just start adding Lose the Tempo in their comments, dog. Like,
yeah,
that helps us, So we just want to get this word out there to as many producers, DJs, and promoters.
Yeah, true.
That's another thing I want more of in here, promoters.
Yeah, look, I know a lot of the episodes we've done has been most of it strictly DJing, but we want to keep it just not just DJs. We're trying to have promoters, have creatives that are in this whole realm of dance music, part of this, with Gets the Tempo and Spotlight. So you're gonna see episodes with more in the future that's not just DJs. It's gonna be promoters. It's gonna be
visual artists,
A&Rs, visual artists, VJs. Anything that we feel will be pretty entertaining, pretty cool for you guys to hear about from their point of view. We're gonna get to it. And well, shit. I mean, that's pretty much it for me. What about you, Robert? Is that everything you want to talk about?
Yeah, I think we touched on pretty much everything we needed to touch on and relay. No, yeah. And
again, if you guys and while you're thinking about that, again, we're on SoundCloud again. Just so you guys know, follow the SoundCloud. P.S. we're looking for releases too.
Oh yeah,
So,
no, we should definitely.
We're looking
tell
for
that.
releases right now.
If
So
you're trying to release on Lose the Tempo, send us some shit, and we're gonna start collecting our catalog of music to be releasing. So definitely send us some shit because we're gonna start releasing heat.
I'm telling you, you guys, the links are in the description. We want to hear from y'all.
And big shout out to Husky's Toxic Love. My boy just dropped a fucking banger, for all these people that are in toxic ass relationships and shit. Like,
And they like that
you love
shit.
that
Yeah,
shit.
y'all love that shit. To be honest, y'all fucking love that shit.
Happy Valentine's Day for all
Happy
of y'all,
Valentine's
dog.
Day. Yeah, and to add on to that too, the track that I'm doing a remix competition to Toxic Love. You could get the stems through the description on SoundCloud, on my YouTube. I'm having the winners announced on March 5th. The deadline is March 2nd, and I have it to 3 tracks that I want to release, but I think I might do 4 tracks now. So
this is just off the head. I'm just thinking of this now. All the people that submit remixes, maybe we'll do a guess the tempo of just remixes for that track.
probably yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, we'll get some in there.
Even
yeah.
if you don't win, maybe you'll still be on the guess the tempo videos.
Yeah, so if you guys are interested, you guys got some spare time for a remix, potentially get on my official remix EP coming out somewhere in March. Again, head over to my SoundCloud, click the Talk to the Love track, look at the description, the link for the stems are there. One more time, let me repeat myself. If you want to feature, you want to submit anything for features on any of our episodes, we have the link on the description. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter. You can click the link on our bio to see all of our other social medias or clips playlist. We're also uploading clips, so if you want to just get down to the details, specific details, we got a clips playlist that we'll be updating weekly. But besides that, I believe that's all it for me. Again, thanks everyone who's been supporting Lose the Tempo. Me as Husky, appreciate you. Any last words? True Rob.
Nah,
Zion
just
Don.
check out my Zion Don page. I'll be releasing sometime soon. But yeah, I still have a lot of tracks up, and appreciate everybody for tapping in. We're Lose the Tempo. We appreciate y'all.
Again, if you guys like what we're doing, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. This is Husky out.